I'll tell you what that suggestion is. And then we just go for like 10 minutes. I'll look for an out about 10 minutes in. And then afterwards, I like to find out how people got into improv and just have a conversation about that afterwards.
Cool. Fun.
Oh, I don't do a ton of like, it's not really a dissection of your of your choices. It's not like, oh, so when you got the suggestion, what did you think of it? It's not really that. It's
Okay.
it's more just like, oh, what made you get into improv? That's about it.
Cool.
Yay. Okay, so let's see. Pick a number between 1 and 41.
29 is the number.
All right. And does that have any significance or did that just come to your mind?
No, that just came to my mind.
Yeah. 8, 10, 12, 14. This is the best part is me counting.
Really nice. That's good. I appreciate it.
I'm doing really good. 22, 26, 28, 29. Okay, so this comes from Michael. And our suggestion is The Thing in the Woods.
Oh, okay.
Thanks,
Cool.
Michael. The Thing in the Woods. Thank you.
Nice. Uh, I didn't want to mention it.
You have to, right?
It's really loud.
I mean,
I
it just doesn't stop.
I know.
It's loud and it's like pulsing. Like I can hear it and then but I feel it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right. Like it's affecting my chakras or something. I'm not
Yeah.
sure exactly what that is, but
Oh my God, when you said chakras, I was like, yeah, that's it. And then I don't know I know that word. Isn't it like energy source? Is that what it is? Like the energy source?
well, yes, your chakras are you have various chakras and
Yeah.
they're variously sourced by energy and they can be affected by different things. So, if you eat something delicious, maybe your stomach chakra, which is your stomachy chakra, the chakra at your stomach, would be happy, and then you might feel a little happier. Or if you eat something foul, maybe your stomach chakra will say, "Oh, this is not good," and then you'll feel bad. It's because of the chakras.
Wow. You know just enough about a whole lot of stuff.
Yes, I am fairly Catholic in my tastes. Actually, I a variety of things, but this is affecting my nose heart chakra. You know about the nose
Yeah.
heart chakra.
Well, you tell me.
The nose heart chakra is that direct line between your nose and your heart. It has to do with smell, but it also has to do with taste, and it also has to do with childhood. And I feel my nose heart chakra sort of pulsing in time with that that noise.
I mean, my nose heart chakra is probably my strongest because I love smelling, I love eating, and I have a very vivid memory of my childhood,
Well, you would. Yeah,
right?
sure. I mean, growing up like that, I think
It was
you
tough.
would.
It was
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, yeah.
I thought, you know what? For years, I thought that's how everybody grew up. I'm like, that's how everybody grows up. And then it's like, no, 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 not everybody grows up that way.
Yeah, in the woods like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
No, no.
think you would think that I'm tired of it, but I'm more I'm used to it. I'm comfortable with it. This is what I know.
Right, right.
I'm gonna I feel like I should go out and say something. They're
Okay.
just kids. They're just kid. I mean, teenagers, kids. What I feel like I should. I'm scared to, but I feel like I should go say something. I just mentioned something.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Do it.
I'm gonna. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna pop out. I'm gonna ask them. I'm gonna be very polite.
Maybe turn it down just a little
Yeah,
because
just
not
okay.
everybody wants to hear death metal in the
No,
woods.
and now I mean it's late. It's late, early, late. It's early morning, late. It's for us. It's late. I'm gonna. Oh God, I feel like I sold you a raw bill of goods. Like I said, we're gonna relax. Then we come up here, and it's like the Jorgensen boys are. Yeah, I'm gonna say something. I know their dad. All right, I grew up with their dad. I'll just close your eyes or I don't know.
Here, I'll just meditate a little with my
Yeah,
nose.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be. I'm just give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
John? John? Uh, John? 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 Oh, fuck, man. um, shit. John? 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 Okay. I just need to go over there and I just need simple. He's probably just like he's probably just having a beer with them or something. Yeah. Um I just need to go over and just say, "Hey." uh hey guys, what are you doing over here? It's too fucking bad. My name is Karen. Shit. Maybe I'll tell them I have a different name. Claire. Uh I mean, I'm sure they're just hanging out, listening to death metal really loud. Okay. Uh, oh, J- 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 what? No! Get John! 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 Fuck!
Ah. Um. Hey, Karen.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty awesome over there. They're super friendly and nice. And I said, "Can you mind turn?" And they said, "Were we being too loud?" And I said, "A little bit." And they said, "Oh yeah, we'll turn it down." Like it was, they were having a lot of fun. I was very scared, and they were very welcoming. They invited us if we wanted to go over there. They have fondue. Sorry if I scared you.
Fondue? Chocolate
Yeah,
fondue or cheese?
they got both. and they said if we wanted to go over there, and you know what they said? They said, "Hey man, you're not old." It was pretty great.
Do they have beer?
They they brewed their own. It's it's pretty it's pretty good. It's better than mine. Let's go over.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go over here for a second.
Okay. Karen? Karen? Karen?
Yeah. Okay. It's great.
Ben?
Yeah, I'm totally ready. My heart nose chakras
Oh,
ready to go.
yeah. Happy birthday. Scene. Uh, so fun. Do you know, are you a meditator? Do you know anything about chakras or anything?
Nothing about chakras. I know nothing about chakras. I mean, no.
I always felt like I was on the edge of learning about chakras, but I don't know enough about it, nor do I have a strong desire to like set aside time to learn about it. I have a base understanding. That's about it.
Yeah, that is me too. And I felt a little guilty just making up shit about chakras, but stuff about chakras, but
Yeah. Are you fucking swearing? Are you
I'm
fucking swearing?
I did feel pretty clear that there's no heart nose chakra. Like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I felt like
I think it's real fun. Like, I love that you made that choice because my instinct was, oh, she knows about it. Like, I think part of the fun is like trying to convince people you're someone who you're not. Like, I love playing like pilots and doctors and stuff. Anytime I'm a doctor, I'm a cardiothoracic surgeon because I remember Alec Baldwin did a monologue where he was talking about he was a cardiothoracic surgeon. And I'm like, oh, I like that. So anytime I'm a doctor, I'm always that, although I don't have any reference to anything heart related, but that's like my go-to.
yeah, it's a good one. I support cardiothoracic surgery, especially if it's improvised and
Oh,
done by completely unskilled people.
it's the best, right? And then you're trying to be like, all right, scalpel. Like that's the only tool we know. It's like scalpel,
Right.
blade.
Yeah. Clamp. There's
Yeah,
clamp.
you get a clamp. Pulse socks, I think, is another term.
Pulse sock.
Yeah, I
See?
think it's like pulse oxygen or something like that. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe you. See, I think maybe you are a cardiothoracic surgeon.
Oh,
So,
in my
yeah.
if I could stand blood, and I had the aptitude and the training, I would totally be a doctor.
You'd be so good. You'd be like the best if you had the aptitude, the blood, to stand the blood. You know,
The
you'd be like
aptitude,
the best doctor ever.
the training, the aptitude, the talent. If I could stand
Yeah.
blood,
Interest in science,
yes,
biology. Yeah, totally.
what got you into improv? How'd you get started?
So I first did improv so long ago that I won't say how long ago it is because that makes me really old, which I am. And and that was with Bats in San Francisco. And then I just moved on, did other stuff for a really long time. And then I was also at that time when I was younger, I was like theater kid, gonna do all the theater, go to Broadway, be a director, do all that stuff. So I did lots of different things over the years, and then at some point, all of that just faded away. And then just a couple years ago, about 4 years ago, I was working at a company, which I'll name. Why not? It's called Diamond Certified in Novato, and my boss, Russ Katnack, said, hey, there's this guy teaching improv, like, just another town over. You want to go do it? And I was like, sure. And he ended up roping in, I think, four of us total into doing improv at ImprovMarin, which is run by Drew Merit,
Yeah.
who was this guy, and I just got completely hooked again. And I will say that for the first 3.5 years of that, God, it might have even been 5 years ago. I did it, but you can only do so much, right? I have a job, I have a family, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So it's been one of the great things about this last year. I mean, I miss in-person improv, but I'm doing like 10 or 11 hours a week of improv because I can, because I
I
don't have to
mean,
commute anywhere and people are around and available. So it's been really fun.
it's so funny. You're like, hey, 2 towns over, there's an improv. In the next county, there's improv. Hey, walk over and go take the train, ride the rails to take your improv class.
Right. And now I commute to my bedroom. Now it's a bedroom commute. Yeah.
I mean, don't you feel like it almost like it's awakened in you? Like it never really went away. And then it's like, I feel like the older we get, the more we go back to those creative pursuits. And we say, nope, this is something that's really, it was important to me when I was younger. I might have gone on to something else or done other things, but it's always been there. And now, as you get older, I think you realize, man, that creative side is so key to who I am that I have to express it, whether it's taking improv or painting or singing or whatever it is. It's you don't like it never goes away. It gets louder, that voice that says, be creative, be creative.
Yeah, that's really true. Like, I think as kids, everybody is encouraged to be creative. All
Yeah.
children are encouraged to be creative. And then there's some of us who, as kids, really lighted up from that and held on to it maybe for a long time. But then at some point, somebody says, you got to get a job. You can't make a living doing this. You can't da 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 da. And that's fine. It's actually sort of true. I think I don't feel at all bad about turning my back on becoming a famous Broadway director or actor or something like that. Like, I don't have the personality for most of that stuff. But that creative thing where, when your kids are just doing it all the time, that creative piece, I did lose that for a long time. And I was really happy to find it again.
I mean, it's interesting. Like people go, well, you got to get a real job. And now the pandemic, if nothing else, it's shown, no, a lot of people have careers in the creative fields. They're not just a hobby, but it's like you go from like lighting technicians and costume designers and directors and actors and right, like it's a whole industry. And when things got overwhelming, we turned to the arts. That's what we all went to. We went to TV or podcasts or our friends. Like that's the thing that comforts us more than anything else. So I feel like it's always there. And then you just have opportunities where if you don't seek it out, somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you should do this thing. And it's like the universe kind of putting it there for you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And the fact that
It,
you can do it now all around the world. Anytime, night or day, there's someone who's hosting a jam or there's a class, or you can reach out to somebody and do it. So, like the opportunities, although they've always been here, or at least recently, we haven't utilized it as much as now, which is like great. I can turn on my computer, I can look at my schedule, I can connect with someone, we can do a quick thing, and then it kind of satisfies that creative itch that I've got.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too, is I feel like, you know, I remember a couple years ago I looked at my Facebook feed and like every single person I was friends with was from here, here in the Bay Area, just because my family's from here, and so everybody was from here. And then that has just changed so dramatically. And of course, Facebook doesn't mean you're friends, but just in general, what it's reflecting is that I'm getting to hang out with people from all over the world, which is so crazy cool and weird and fun. Like just hanging out with people who are in India now, or the Philippines, or England, or Austin. Everybody's not. Lots of people in Austin.
A
But yeah,
ton.
fun. Yeah, yeah,
And I mean, you're right. And you're exposing yourself and you're learning about other cultures as well, where it was like, I didn't know India was this hotbed of improv. And now you're like, oh my goodness, there are so many brilliant improvisers and people who are just starting to get into it in India or Austin. Austin, I knew was like a very creative town, but then you take a step back and you go, wow, there are a ton of improvisers in that town as well. And I think because Austin encourages you to stay weird, like that, I think that improvisers gravitate towards that because we are a little bit weird and we want to find those people like us. And now, like you said, your Facebook feed lights up with just people from all over the globe, and it's like, wow, what a silver lining during these times is to be able to connect with those folks instead of just, oh, it's proximity, or that's who my friends are based on location. Now it's like, no, my friends are now based on interests I have.
Yeah. And it is definitely a very specific interest. Like my partner doesn't get it at all. Like he just doesn't. He's just like, it's great. You know, he just doesn't understand. You know, and he'll walk into the bedroom, and I'm doing like what I just did, like
Yes.
screaming off. And I'm like, he's like, it's really just make believe for grown-ups. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's make believe for grown-ups. And I never really stopped liking to play make believe, so I get to keep doing it. But
And what a good thing that I mean, I can't imagine being in a situation where your partner or the person, whoever's closest to you, it's okay that they don't get it, right? It's like, cool, I don't like, it's fine, you don't understand what I'm doing, I'm screaming. But to be in a situation where someone is vehemently against it, those situations, I'm like, oh man, don't dim that light of that other person. Don't, if that's what they're into, cool, you don't have to necessarily also be into it, but like don't lessen it for them.
yeah,
Like, you have something you nerd out about as well. Like, just be okay with them doing it, instead of like, oh, I don't get it, or being upset about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Hope not to be in that partnership or a partnership where people are yucking my yum all the time.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, there are a lot of people, unfortunately, who are in that situation who it's
sure.
like whatever that thing is, and I try really to be aware of that and say, hey, if so and so is into this thing, whatever it is, like even if it's not my jam, I can let them have that, and I can also be like, oh, I'm open to learning about it, and it's okay to say, oh, I'm not, like, for me, it's like, I'm not a big fan of reality TV. Like, I'm not, that's just not my thing. And I'm like, oh, it takes away work from actors. But if somebody enjoys that who's close to me, I'm gonna be like, all right, cool, that's your thing. If there's something you really like about it, maybe if I'm open to hearing what you like about it, I might enjoy it as well. But I definitely don't want to be like, oh, that thing you like, that's terrible. Like, I just hate those people.
I hate them too.
Yes.
I'm glad we've found something to bond over. We both hate those people.
The hatred of the,
I'm in agree. Like I think that's something improv has actually taught me a lot because I'm a I would say that I am by nature a glass is half empty person. I can walk around the world kind of cranky, and
mm,
improv is not cranky. You know, like
yes,
it's not cranky and it's not judgmental. Like pretty much never. You know, and
yeah,
it's something that's really been really, I think in these last couple of years been really great for me to just go back to that sort of feeling like, oh, it's all good. It's, you know, we can be open to all these ideas and all these
yeah,
different things. And you know, extreme positivity can be really awesome actually. Like extreme
yeah.
positivity can actually really boost the soul. So
Yeah, and when you're genuine, that's the other thing too, is like being genuine about it is, I mean, that's where we're trying to get to. And if, long ago somebody said, "Oh, yes, and all it's really what you're saying is defer judgment." And I'm like, "Oh, that's a good way to look at it. It's like, don't judge what you, and you can't create and judge in the same space. So if you can defer that judgment and go, "Ah, let's try it and how can it work?" And most of my life I got to say yes, otherwise I'm fired, I lose relationships. Like, you have to have that agreement and that compromise. So if I can do it in this case and do it in the make believe world, for me, I'll be honest, it's just easier if somebody goes, I've got an idea, and then you go, okay, let's do that together rather than fight it. I'm not a fan of like, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I guess that's just not my style, is to do that.
yeah, yeah.
Um, if people want to reach out to you, if they want to connect with you, like watch shows you're doing or whatever, what's the best way they can do that?
Probably it's through Facebook. And of
Yeah.
course, I'm actually a little difficult to find on Facebook because my name is Jennifer Chan. Um, uh, There's like, you know, 100 of us just here in Oakland. So um, usually if you put in Jennifer Chan, uh, actually, if you put in, I'm Facebook friends with Jay, so you can find
Yes.
me that way. I'm Facebook friends with plenty of improvisers, so you can find me there. And I think so far I'm the only Jennifer Chan improviser that I've bumped into on Facebook, you
Yeah.
know, around. I keep thinking I should start like a Jennifer Chan improviser page, but I haven't done that. So don't look for it, or you can look for it, but I don't have it. So
I think you should. I mean, I have no power in this matter, but I think you should totally do it.
I think I totally should too. And I just might.
Well, what a pleasure. This was so awesome. Jennifer,
Really cool
thank
today.
you. Thank you. And I can't wait to play with you, whether it's virtually or in person. Thanks for taking time out of your day.
Ah, so much fun. Thank you.
So much. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye.